Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Bobby, and I have been gone for a few weeks now. It's just really been super busy at work, and then I got sick for like a week. So I'm back now and ready to dive into some asshole stories today. Please feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel as it will help me get back into the algorithm after being gone for 3 weeks. And let's just get right into it. Am I the asshole? Husband bought tickets to see his favorite band for my 30th birthday. I turned 30 in June. I almost never do anything for my birthday. The last time I tried, my grandparents let me use their timeshare for a few days and I ended up getting COVID. Long story short, basically, since I turned 29, I've been telling my husband I wanted to do something sort of special for my 30th birthday. I requested the time off work, which was just granted this week. So I was just waiting for that to start planning and paying for things. Even though my husband knew this, he dropped $400 on concert tickets to see his favorite band the day before my birthday and in the middle of the week off I had requested. I told him I'm a bit upset and I felt he was being selfish by buying the tickets during the week I was trying to plan a vacation for us for my birthday without ever talking to me about it. The band in question is also coming to a town 2.5 hours away in August, but he thought it would, quote, be a good surprise and that I should, quote, be grateful he wanted to share this experience with me. I just feel a bit hurt, and my husband says I'm being unreasonable. So I have to ask people of Reddit, am I the asshole? Bro, no, he got a present for himself. Peony Pony says, not the asshole. What a horrible gift. Honey, I bought tickets to see my favorite band for your birthday. You should be honored. I want to share this experience with you. Your husband may be a great guy, but this birthday gift to you is incredibly selfish and, quite frankly, it stinks. Please feel free to read this comment to him. This gift was a swing and a big miss. I hope you buy him a manicure and pedicure for his birthday after all. He should be honored to share the experience with you. OP responded, see, a mani pedi would totally backfire because he's always low key wanted to go with me to get one. But the waxing, now, there's an idea. Miserable Tadpole 90 says, waxing even better with a bunch of laughing, crying emojis. And OP says, oh, yeah, I can definitely see a full body wax in his near future. It's not that serious, but he got that gift for himself. So OP is not the asshole in this situation. Okay, we have a wedding story. Am I the asshole for giving my wedding guests a dress code? I, female 29, am getting married to my partner, male 30, and we have planned a fantasy/Renaissance themed wedding. We are massive fandom nerds, books, video games, movies, comics, etc., and actually met at a Ren fair and wanted that to be part of our wedding. We discussed it with our close friends, and everyone thought it was a great idea. So we sent out the invitations plus an attached letter that explained why we wanted to have a themed wedding and examples of the type of things we wanted people to wear. Just Google Ren Fair if you want to see. We included photos, descriptions, budget categories that went from how to DIY a costume using old/thrifted clothes to just straight out buying something online. We also asked people to reach out if they had any worries so we could work something out. I've received a few messages from my closer friends saying they've heard other people, including some me and my partner's family members, calling me Bridezilla, saying we are being unreasonable, that this is ridiculous, that they don't want to go if I'm going to get all up in arms over clothing. My soon to be mother in law, female 59, and sister in law, female 26, are especially pissed. I reached out to them after their names were mentioned, and they said I am ruining what is supposed to be a happy day by demanding people dress up like idiots. They said everyone should be allowed to dress in what makes them feel comfortable, and I am being very controlling. My partner says not to listen to them, but there are so many people saying it. I'm feeling pretty hurt by all this. I assumed people would react like this if I said everyone needed to go out and spend hundreds on costumes, but we went out of our way to include pictures and suggest as many very low budget options as possible. I honestly didn't think it was a big deal, but now I'm having second thoughts about the whole themed wedding idea. Am I the asshole? So there are a couple edits, and I'm just going to read those before we get into the comments. Edit number one says one of the low budget options was things like a normal floral spring slash summer dress many people would already own, with the addition of like a flower crown or belt or something. It went up from there. For more masculine stuff, it was like a linen shirt with a piece of fabric tied around your waist or a belt. It's quite low key, and I'm not super strict about it, just not things like a cocktail dress or a bodycon dress or a formal suit and tie. Also, just going to add, excluding sister in law and mother in law, our closest family and friends haven't complained, and several people have said they are looking forward to it. It's more so cousins, aunts, uncles, or those sort of level friends, and they have also not directly contacted us with their concerns, and we are hearing it through the grapevine. Edit 2 says we put in the invitations we don't expect or want people to buy us wedding gifts and would rather they keep their money for themselves and use it for their outfit. So let's move down to the comments. The top comment, minding your business, 17, says, not the asshole. People give dress codes for weddings all the time. Yes, it's strange to people not of the community. I am not into dressing up or nerd interest, but if someone I cared about wanted wedding photos to fit a theme, dang it, I'm matching the theme. I know someone who had a Halloween wedding. Did I want to wear a costume to a wedding? No. Did I? Yes. Unless someone expects me to drop hundreds of dollars for a one time outfit, I'm doing my best to support their dream day. I think all weddings can be a stupid waste of money, so I say make it what you want. It sounds fun. And minding your business's comment, it's actually a pretty good one in my opinion. I concur with pretty much everything they said, but let's read a couple more. Jazzy Lizard 19 says, unless someone expects me to drop hundreds of dollars for a one time outfit, I'm doing my best to support their dream day. And that's quoting the commenter above. I think this right here is the line to where dress codes become asshole behavior. I've been invited to holiday parties with color themed cocktail attire dress codes, which I thought was completely entitled of the host. This is different. They included budget friendly options. Feeling cost 4621 says, yeah, this I have a problem with. If I'm invited to a wedding, I go through what I have that will work. Then I make a decision about buying something that will work for this and has future potential for another thing. Easy solution. Have a bunch of theme appropriate flourishes that guests can appropriate for the night and don't hold it against those who don't. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think OP's being a bridezilla at all. Like, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. She's not asking a lot, guys. Calm down. Okay, so this one's gonna come with a bit of a trigger warning for, I guess, just really gross, weird shit having to do with genitals. Let's get into it. Posted by user OK midscore chemist midscore 7591. Am I the asshole for not wanting my mom's boyfriend anywhere near my vagina? Hey everyone, I'm really stuck in a weird and kind of gross situation right now. I'm 18, female, finishing up high school, and still living with my mom, 34, female. So, a few months ago, my mom started dating this new guy who's 50. Okay, age gap weirdness aside, things got super awkward for me personally. About 3 months ago, my periods started getting super bad. Like talking unusually heavy bleeding and major cramps, and just a lot of pain that I've never had to deal with before. Obviously, I was like, okay, time to see a gynecologist because I haven't been to one since I was 15, and this isn't something to mess around with. Also, it's time to get a routine pelvic exam, anyways. Honey, you should be going every year. I told my mom, thinking she'd be supportive and help me make an appointment. We live in a pretty remote rural area right now. My high school has literally like 50 students, and it's like an hour drive to the nearest urgent care, even. So the insurance amount sucks, and I need her to help me with the copay, but no. The next day, she's like, guess what? My boyfriend can do your checkup. Yeah, turns out he used to be a board certified gynecologist, but got his license yanked away a few years back. And why does she want him to do it? To save money on the copay since our insurance kind of sucks and to avoid driving 2 hours to see a doctor in town. Now, let me be clear. This guy gives me the major creeps. He's done stuff like not knocking before entering my room, making weird jokes that are definitely not okay, and just giving me those vibes that scream, stay away. So the thought of him being all up in my business for a pelvic exam, hell no. When I said as much to my mom, explaining there's no way I'm letting her boyfriend anywhere near me like that, she lost it. She said I was being insulting, assuming the worst about her boyfriend, and that I had hurt his feelings by suggesting he couldn't be trusted. She said I was essentially implying he's a pervert. It ended with her saying I was grounded for even thinking he was some sort of creep. So here I am, feeling stuck and kind of violated by the mere suggestion and punished on top of that. Am I the asshole for standing my ground and not wanting her boyfriend to do the exam? Holy crap. This is insane. I don't even know where to begin. This just everything about this is just giving me the major ick. I'm going to go ahead and read a few of the comments and then we're going to move on to the update. Long-winded ogre says, dude lost his license. The medical review board has determined that he's not to be trusted. What the fuck is your mom thinking? He could be the world's best vagina doctor. It's still super fucking gross of your mom to suggest it. Ew, not the asshole. K Pin CVG says, also, it makes no sense. How could he even do a full exam? Does he have a bunch of speculums in a box under the bed? How's he going to take any samples? Where would he send them? I'm absolutely sure he doesn't have a relationship with a laboratory that can do testing on any samples he takes. The exam is not just like thumping a melon, it takes more than everyday household objects with a puke face. I can't believe this was even suggested. I can't believe that somebody who used to be a doctor actually believes he could do a thorough exam in these circumstances, which leads me to the unfortunate conclusion that he's a nasty pervert. This is the general consensus throughout the comments section. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the update, which was posted about 12 hours ago as of recording this. So let's continue. So I get home from school today, and my mom is waiting in the living room for me, sobbing. Her boyfriend, the creep, is standing right there next to her. For background, for the past 2 years, she's been a really religious, born again Christian type. No boys, curfew, the whole 9 yards. I've never had sex or had a boyfriend. So, in between sobs, she tells me the creep talked to her today and told her that based on my symptoms, heavy bleeding and period cramps, and my quote, disrespectful behavior, he's sure that it's from having sex. Not even an STD, but from having intercourse that was so intense that it, quote, injured my insides. I've literally never heard of this, and I looked it up later, and he's not even it's not even a fucking thing. Meanwhile, the creep is sitting there, mostly silent, nodding along with what my mom is saying. I tried to get a word in, but that's when the creep started on me, telling me, quote, don't even bother denying it. I've been a gynecologist for over a decade. I know this when I see it. Yada, yada, yada. My mom then starts yelling at me, like, how could you do this to me? And so on and so forth. She's convinced I've been going out and having sex with boys from school when I've literally just been seeing the 2 or 3 friends I have. So then they explain that they decided together some consequences for what I allegedly did. That I'm grounded. They're going to switch out my iPhone for a dumb phone so I can't use social media. I'm not allowed to see my friends. And this is the fucking crazy bit. This is the crazy bit. The creep is going to perform a weekly purity test, invasive vaginal exam to make sure that I'm not actively having sex until they can trust me again. And the first one is going to be this weekend. I'm totally fucking lost here. Obviously, I'm not going through with this, but I have no money at all and nowhere I can stay even for one night. I'm leaning on making up some excuse to avoid the purity thing and keep my smartphone until I can sort something out. Any other ideas are appreciated. Whew, okay. This is abusive. Also, you're 18, and I get that you have nowhere else to go right now, but you're 18, you're a legal adult, and God, it's really hard because it seems like this is crazy. This is insane. I'm at a loss, so I'm just going to move to the comments. First comment says, holy crap, time to call the police. Hungry Hippo says, get the fuck out and call them. If this is real, this is disturbing as fuck, and there's something seriously wrong with that guy and her mother to go along with this. Head Razmataz says, get out. I don't care if you have to break a window to do it. Get out and run. Don't stop until you get to some place that has a working phone. Call the police as soon as you can. Do not go back for any reason. I don't see any replies from OP as of yet. So here's to hoping that OP is safe. Something else that's hitting me as I'm scrolling through comments is that there are other people that are saying this happened to me when I was younger. And to all of those people out there, that breaks my heart. And if there is anybody else currently in this situation, you don't have to go through this. This is crazy. This kind of behavior is fucking crazy. I don't even know what else to say, but I am genuinely curious. I really want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below, because I can't even form a coherent sentence right now because this is so fucked up. Let me know. So, we're going to end today's episode off with a long post of Am I the Asshole? Let's just get right into it because, again, it's long. Posted by user not midscore significance midscore 108. Am I the asshole for going without contact with my brother and his wife because they don't care for the way me and my current wife got together? Buckle up because this is a long one. To start off, I was previously married to a toxic, very emotionally abusive woman. After about 8 years and having my eyes open to what I was actually going through, I finally decided to get a divorce. During my divorce, I leaned on a perfect friend of mine for support and knowledge. She'd just gotten a divorce herself because her partner was toxic and emotionally abusive as well. During the divorce process, I started getting deep feelings for my good friend, and it was mutual. We ended up getting together before the divorce was finalized. My wife and I agree it wasn't our best way of going about things, but it is what it is. I openly admitted all this to my ex wife, my parents, and my family, so nothing was going to be a surprise to anyone. My wife and I have been together ever since and have never been happier. We both have a mutual relationship with my ex wife for my child, and she has moved on and moved past the divorce. Keep in mind that everyone who was involved in the divorce has moved on, and we all have civil relationships with one another. My parents weren't thrilled about the divorce, but they understood. And once they saw the change in me and my child, they were overjoyed. Fast forward about a year. My brother was marrying his new wife, and everyone was happy. My wife got along with his wife, and so did I. Everything is going well, or so we thought. We live on either side of the country, so he and I had minimal face to face contact, but the usual texts and phone calls happened regularly. Both our wives were doing the same with each other. Well, one day we were making a post on social media and we wanted to tag the family when we noticed his wife wasn't popping up. So my wife went on her spy account, which she has for the kids, and looked. What do you know? We were blocked. This surprised us because we were all getting along well. So I thought, okay, it wasn't us. Maybe something happened and she blocked the whole family. I talked to my parents who weren't blocked and everything was fine on their end. Cool, okay, so it is just us. I had a lengthy phone call with my brother about this, and that's when I learned all that's been going on between him and his wife and how they feel about my divorce and me and my wife. She blocked us and cut us off because she saw me as a cheater, didn't agree with how my wife and I got together, didn't like that we were happy and having a great time and showing it to our family through social media, and didn't like that my parents were treating us equally. In her eyes, she should have been seen as the better in law because they got together the normal way. All her words. Now, my brother was stuck in between, so I wasn't too mad at him, but definitely not happy with everything being said. My wife and I agreed we don't need her in our life if this is how she feels about us. I still had a decent relationship with my brother after all. Fast forward about a year or so. The situation hasn't changed. We are still blocked from her. My wife and I became pregnant. I struggled with telling my brother that we were pregnant because we knew she struggled with getting pregnant, and I didn't want to seem like I was bragging to him. But I did tell him. Everything was fine. He congratulated me and my wife and asked about the baby when he was born. Once again, everything seemed good. It's now a few months after the birth of my child, and we are talking about doing a family road trip to my folks who live on the other side of the country. I was talking to my brother about stopping by and seeing him. We talked about it all, and he said, well, why don't we meet at our parents' house? I finally asked the tricky question, will your wife be there? He said yes, and I told him, you know how awkward that will be, especially after everything she said about my wife and I. I was responded to with, just suck it up, play nice, and we will all have a good weekend. Not okay with my wife or me. I told him that I don't do fake, and a conversation should be had like adults to get past everything that's been said. He said, no, it's not worth it. Why wouldn't you want to get past it? Why would you not like a good relationship between everyone? I told him that my wife and I do not want her around our kids because of the way she sees my wife and I. You can't expect us to let you around our children if you think that we are second rate scum to you. They came from us, so who's to say you don't view my kids in that way? Papa Bear and Mama Bear will protect them. My brother said that it's childish to withhold the kids from her and that I, once again, should suck it up and be fake. I'm not moving on my decision. And I told him, if you want fairness and for people to not be childish, how about you have a conversation with your wife and set her straight, considering what she's done to my wife and me, and that she started the whole thing. At this point, more of the truth has come out. Quote, well, maybe she wouldn't be like that if you didn't cheat on your ex wife and married her. Fucking really, dude? That's how you feel? It's been 5 years since my divorce, and I found someone who really makes me genuinely happy. You saw how toxic my ex was. I'm not trying to justify cheating while I was divorcing, but it's been 5 years since my ex wife has gotten past it, and we are all civil about everything. What makes you two so fucking special and need to harbor it? I lost it. I was screaming on the phone to him about how I had just found out my brother sees me in the same way she does, as second rate, and they should be the golden couple in the family and treated better. After I hung up the phone, I cooled off a bit and then proceeded to inform the folks of what had just happened. My dad lost it. He basically said the same thing I'd said. It's been over 5 years, get the fuck over it. My mom wants to keep the peace and for us to get along. Not this time, Mom. I'm not budging. A few hours passed after the phone call with my dad, and he texted me and said, it's been all him. He didn't even tell his own wife you guys were pregnant, and she thought we were okay with everyone. That was it. Afterward, I blocked my brother on that and made no contact. We still went on the road trip to see my folks, but I refused to see them. I want nothing to do with him. My mom said the girls should at least talk to clear the air. The girls? I told her no, this is my fight and no one is moving until I say so, period. Of course, she was taken aback and tried again to push me to call my brother and make up. I told her that I was done. I put up with this behavior for my entire life and I'm done. I've defended him against other family members. I've defended him against you guys. I've been there for him when his first marriage went wrong. I was there for him when he was having issues with his current marriage, and I was there to cheer him on for all his significant accomplishments in life. Where was he for my hardships? Where was he during my accomplishments? Fucking nowhere. I'm done with his bullshit. The dude can't even be considerate enough to know my wife's birthday when I know his. And I know it's not personal to my current wife because he acted the same way with my ex wife. So I'm done and have been in no contact ever since. My nieces still get gifts and cards from us when it's their birthday and Christmas, but that's it. I'm only budging if he apologizes and makes a legitimate effort first. Am I the asshole? So that's family drama. We're just gonna go straight to the comments because there's a lot in there. Salty Database says, not the asshole. You didn't cheat. You filed for divorce, meaning the relationship was over, whether the divorce was finalized or not. They need to get off their high horse and stop acting so entitled. Not The OP says, that's what my wife and I say. And that's true. I mean, y'all were broke up, right? A divorce, a marriage and a divorce is literally just a legal status. It's just a piece of paper. So the fact that they were broken up and moving on mutually means he did not cheat. And of course, the ex wife is over it. She's got her own life. Sincerely Cynical said, my parents' divorce took 4 years. By the time my mom stopped dragging it out, my dad had a 2-year-old with his now wife. Was he supposed to put his life on hold for 4 years? You didn't cheat. You moved on. It's what you're supposed to do after a marriage ends. And it's not up to your brother to decide on the appropriate timeline. Also true. There's just a ton of other stories just like that, sometimes divorces take a long time. If the relationship is over enough for you to file divorce, then it's over and it's not cheating. And a lot of people seem to be focused on that. But the brother is a judgmental douchebag, it sounds like. And I don't blame the OP for cutting him off and going no contact. There's no way I could fault OP for that in this situation based on the details that we have been given in this Reddit story. So that's where I stand on that. Love to hear where you guys stand on that. Let me know. Well, some of those were pretty heavy. That is all the time we have for today. I am looking forward to reading your comments down below. So please, please, please drop them. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel before you take off. And please drop a like on this video if you liked it. I welcome your feedback always, welcome your stories. And I'm looking forward to doing this again next time. Bye.